Hey, what's up, besties? It's your girl E.Michelle, and I'm back with another video. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. If this is your first time, make sure you click that red subscribe button, and then right next to it is a notification bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. And to all of my OG besties, what up though? All right, you guys, so just going ahead and getting right into it. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Oh my gosh, it's just... It's so much. Like, I can't even say it's too much. It's so much now. There is a lot of drama surrounding it. We all know about KK and Tammy, as well as the drama with Jocelyn and Mona. And as far as we know, Jocelyn has said that she's quitting the show, but we do know how Love and Hip Hop can go, and they do these little stunts to help prepare you for something else. And we all know she keeps harping on the fact that she wants to move to Miami, so this could just be a ploy to get her to Miami. I do compare this to the drama with Shawnee and single white female, as Rox calls her, in Love and Basketball. Is it Love and Basketball? Is it Love and Basketball? Basketball Wives. In Basketball Wives, I don't know why they all the same hell. But that drama that they had, and she still allows her to work on the show because it's good for business. So I almost feel like even if Jocelyn made that mistake of saying something about Mona, this could all work into Mona's favor, and so she'll go ahead and still give her the job in Miami, whatever. So that's where I'm at with that. We'll stay tuned on that. And I also feel like Love and Hip Hop edits their videos in accordance to the audience's feedback. I almost feel like they tailor everything. Maybe they have like 2 episodes ready to go, and they tailor it to whatever the audience's opinion is, because we see less of Lovely Mimi, and she was supposed to be this big character on the show. And then we see less of Tommy and KK, even though KK was taking a smaller role this season. But after all of the drama, we haven't really seen Tommy in that big capacity that she was in just a few weeks ago. For the most part, you have the people you see every week, and she just hasn't been one of them. So I feel like with the drama her and KK had, that definitely made them move her storyline away and add some other storylines. I don't know, you guys let me know what you think below. And I'm also keeping watch for Jocelyn. I know she's going to be on next week's episode, but with all of the drama, like, will they edit some of her scenes out? Will she be as popular? Because she did say that you only get paid for the episodes that you're actually in. So I don't know, you guys let me know what you guys think below. Are they catering to us for the money, like, because they see that it's not good? Like, you guys let me know. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into this review. Okay, as usual, I got my notes here. Let's get started. So we come back with the scene with Carly Red, Caesar, Jock, Melissa, Dime, and I'm gonna call her Baby Jocelyn or Jocelyn Jr. because I honestly feel like that's just what they want her to be. They want her to be the Puerto Rican princess times 2. Like, I don't know. But anyway, so Carly admits that last 2 weeks ago, when she was doing all that crying and weeping and stuff, and the mascara flowing, that it was all an act in an attempt to get Jock there so that she could show her new boo Caesar off. Now, do I think this relationship is authentic? I really don't. I think this has something to do with him opening up his shop in Atlanta, and of course VH1 is where Black Ink Crew works, so I can definitely see how they're trying to intermingle the two to get more viewership for a new show that they're probably trying to release. And this lady just put her hand all on the back of my car, like I'm not sitting here. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway, so Jock does congratulate Caesar. You can tell he's a little bit salty. You know, he got on his man flannel dress, and I'm just not here for that, along with the perm. Like, the perm with the flannel dress is just too much. I need him to do one or the other. Like, it just can't be all that in one. And he tells Caesar basically, you know, good luck with her, because in about 90 days she's gonna change. I was like, okay, Jock, I see you with the probationary period. Okay, most jobs you got 90 days, and then you get off probation, and then they find out how you really are. Some people get fired. But anyways, Jock basically is just really salty about the way that things went down, and I think he actually likes Carly Red. They just aren't compatible with each other. It's just too weird, too much. One thing that Jock said in his confessional was talking about how Caesar may have a little needle and he has a big needle. I'm like, I don't want no needles. Like, that's a terrible comparison. Like, why are you comparing your, can I say penis on YouTube? Don't compare your private part to a tattoo needle. Like, no. Okay, I wasn't here for that. So anyways, we see Melissa and we see the Panamanian goddess, Jocelyn Jr., and she finally makes eye contact with Carly Red, and Carly Red is like, why is she here? You know, I didn't invite her. Why is she here? And basically, she just tries to throw shade at Carly, and I wasn't here for it. Y'all know I guess I'm a little biased. I'm a little protective of Carly. I know she messy, but that's still my homegirl. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can talk about her, but can't nobody else talk about her. That's kind of how I feel about Carly Red. And the Panamanian goddess or whatever, she just seems forced. It seems like what she's trying to do is just make a name for herself. And I don't know, like, she keeps calling Carly Red, making references to her being old, but she doesn't look young either. So anyways, next we have Rasheeda and Logan, and I think this was one of the highlights of the show to me because it was just so forced. First of all, there's a lot of negatives here. Why is this man carrying around a death certificate of his father? Now, I know if my daddy passes away, God rest his soul, if he ever does, I might have maybe a picture of him in my purse, or keep a picture of his obituary in my phone. I don't know, maybe something like that. But as far as just walking around with his death certificate, why? Like, I wouldn't even know where to obtain one of those from to keep it with me. I'm just saying. Okay. So anyways, Logan is supposedly the ex of Jasmine, who is the unknown, because it hasn't been proved yet whether or not the baby is Kirk. So it could be Kirk's baby mama. Anyways, so he comes into the store, to Rasheeda's store, pressed, and he's like, hi, I'm Logan. I'm Jasmine's ex. And I think that baby that they're all talking about is actually my baby. And I was like, okay, really? Like, okay, that's just weird, but who cares that much? But he's like, I seen it all over the blogs, and if they talk about me, my family know me, so I just want to make sure that, you know, if the baby is mine, I want to take care of the baby. And Rasheeda's like, well, I don't know if he a bum off the streets or he for real. I was like, he didn't really look bummy. I didn't see him looking bummy, but I can understand, you know, she didn't know. But he came with the receipts. Again, he had the death certificate of his father, of whom's name is Cannon, and Cannon is actually the name of Jasmine's child. So everyone's like, okay, she maybe telling a little bit of truth here, Sir Logan. Okay, and I was like, all right, we're gonna see how this play out. But I was like, Mona is really trying it with this one here. She's really trying to stretch this story, because we already know Rasheeda and Kirk are together, so this is just really trying to make it better, I guess. Then we have Mimi and Carly Red. They arrived to Jamaica early, and they meet up with Spice, who is like this big Jamaican artist, and they talk about how they're planning to have this wonderful time and so excited to be there, and that they needed this trip. And did y'all see Carly twerking in the middle of the seats in the van? I was like, if you don't get up and sit down somewhere, like, how you gonna be never mind, because I have twerked in the van before, so I'm gonna let that one go. But anyways, next up we have Tammy and Waka, and they're just talking. We find out that Tammy has let Waka come back into their home, and she's happy with their relationship. And she's like, you know what, I'm married to this man, and so it is what it is. You know, we said for better or for worse, and I hope that the worst is over with. It may or may not be, but we hope the best for them. She also tells him that she has been working in the studio with Rico Love, because he was wondering, like, well, where you been? You been getting dressed up at nighttime? I'm thinking you seeing somebody else. And apparently she's just been going to the studio. I'm like, why she get all dressed up to go to the studio? You ain't asked them questions. I'm just saying, because when I go to the studio, when I did go to the studio, I used to like to be real comfortable, especially if it's somebody that was like a family friend. Now, if I was going with, you know, somebody that I was trying to push up on, okay, then I made sure I had the good stuff on, you know, put the girls out, but not for just, you know, going to record music. neither here nor there. But yeah, she definitely tells him that she's ready to sing. I was not here for the song that she made. I'm not even sure what that was. It was that's all I heard. That's what it sounded like to me. Y'all let me know if y'all like the song. I want to hear her singing in person, because this sound, it didn't even sound like, it sounded like a Rico Love song when he's producing tracks for other people and he sings on them for them and then they redo it. That's what it sounded like. I don't think she found her voice yet in that song. But yeah, she tells Waka that they're going to Jamaica. She's going to have a good time with the girls. He's like, you ain't tell me about that. She was like, yes, I did. I thought I did. She didn't. But anyways, we have Rasheeda and Candy. They meet up, and Rasheeda is like, you know, Candy is basically my best friend. I tell her everything, and I need to update her on this whole Logan situation. So she updates her on what happened, how Logan came to the store, and Candy's like, you know, that's what I don't like, is that Kirk won't take this paternity test. And I was like, okay, so who gonna make him take it? Because he ain't took it yet. So you could not like it all you want to, but he ain't took the dang on test, you know. And so Candy basically tells her, you know, handle your business. I'm not gonna tell you what to do or how to do it, but you know, you need to handle your business, you know. And then Rasheeda gets in the confessional. She's like, well, you guys know things happen, so blah blah blah. You know, I'm saying blah 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 because it was really pointless, because we know that Rasheeda and Kirk are still together in this moment. They got to do better at, you know, like being private while the show is still going on until taping is over, so that we don't know what's really going on while we're watching the season, okay? But anyways, Rasheeda tells her about the girls trip and that she doesn't think she wants to go. But Candy's like, girl, you need to get you some time. You need a break. You need to clear your head, and don't let Kirk stop your fun, you know, because that ain't what it's at. Don't let him stop your shine. And she was like, well, you got me wanting to go now. I'm like, girl, you was already going. Quit lying. You lying. Okay? So then we got Mimi, Carly, and Melissa. First, they are out to eat with just Mimi and Carly, and there's a third seat, and Mimi's looking like, so who was the third seat for? Carly was like, maybe it's a mistake, you know, maybe they made a mistake. I didn't say 3 people, okay? And Carly tells Mimi about her new relationship with Caesar. Mimi's like, do you like him? She was like, yes, I do. I was like, it seems really forced to me. Either she really likes him and this is her really liking face, or she just didn't know what to say, because it was kind of awkward. It was an awkward pause. But she says, she shares the story with Mimi about what happened at the grand opening and how she doesn't like Jocelyn #2 because, you know, she be throwing them little slick jabs. And Mimi then tells her about Stevie telling their daughter Ava that she has a sister, and she makes it clear that she does want them to have a relationship as far as the kids are concerned, but the mom is not allowed to be involved in Ava's life. So that became a segue for Carly to talk about her rebuilding her relationship with Jocelyn, to let Mimi know. Basically, I feel like she was being a good friend, like letting her know, like, hey, I made amends with Jocelyn. We ain't the best of friends, but I have made amends because of Dime and Melissa. You know, they thought that we should all be friends again, blah blah blah. Mimi's like, she can be dumb if she wants to, you know, because Jocelyn will throw some more flowers at her. I was like, oh damn. So then up walks Melissa to the table, and you can see it all over Mimi's face. She's so upset. She's disgruntled. She's like, I can't believe this. This is who you invite. I thought it was going to be Rasheeda. And Melissa tries to apologize to her, and, you know, tries to really, I feel like it was really genuine. Like, she just wanted to get back to a place where they were friends, like genuine friends again. And Mimi wasn't having it. She just sat there with this cold face on, like it was the resting bitch face. And I was like, come on, Mimi, now you see this girl being real, tell what's really going on. And you could tell at that moment it was more than just her being friends with Jocelyn that was bothering Mimi. It was something else. So I just couldn't understand why it was bothering her so much when she already knew that her and Jocelyn were friends. Okay, so I had to run in and go grab my food. But anyways, so we are introduced to the fellas, and they are all out playing basketball. And minus Sean, they all look like the uncles that be trying to play ball at the family reunion, like they just still be hooping but ain't hooped in 20 years, you know, them uncles. That's how they look. Jock got a belly, oh my gosh, and this belly reminds me of one of my exes. Like when he wasn't never a thin dude, but like as he started to get older and drink more, it was kind of like a beer belly, and you could see it. It was so cute. I used to like tickle tickle tickle. But anyways, So that's just what that reminded me of. And this scene was like an unnecessary, necessary scene. We have to see this so we can understand why Jock ends up showing up to the Jamaican trip in the first place. But I was like, all right. So they get to talking. They talk about Carly and what happened at the grand opening. They call Carly messy. I'm like, but y'all just as messy for sitting there and talking about this woman, especially because you just got done licking her booty in the photo shoot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really here for you trying to throw her down the drain when you're the one who did all the crazy stuff. Okay, so I'm trying to be not be biased, but I'm not here for that. So basically they come up with the idea that they are going to go to Jamaica. They're going to bum rush the trip, and Jock is going to bring somebody to have on his shoulder to get under Carly's skin, and then they're going to try to mend Kirk and Rasheeda's relationship, because Kirk and Rasheeda have not been talking at all. He's made it clear to his boys, and his boys are like, you need to get your wife back, okay? I was like, okay, that's good advice. I'm glad you guys are really trying to be sensible about this, that Kirk need to do the right thing and take the paternity test and try to get Rasheeda back. Okay, so next then we have Jamaica, and this is just everybody, okay? So I ain't gonna break down who all was there. Y'all know who was there, okay? Everybody, their mama and them came, okay? So first, the first day that they are all there, they do a they do a photo shoot for Tammy's swimline wear that she has, and I was like, okay, this is nice. I get a free trip, then I get a free photo shoot too. Like, go ahead, Tammy, I see you working it. That's how you work that coin, okay? So you get you some free stuff, and you got some models and stuff, because I mean they all look really good in the swimming suits. The swimming suits are pretty. So then the girls meet up on the beach, and next thing we see is Jessica Dime showing up, and Tammy was like, why is she here, you know? And in my head I was like, don't ask them type of questions like you ain't know she was coming. Like, somebody already told you, y'all was on the same plane. Don't do it. Don't do it. But so Jessica Dime immediately apologizes to Tammy, saying that she overreacted, and she apologizes about that. And then Tammy explains the beef once again from her angle as far as her daughter was concerned. The post that was made on Instagram about her daughter, she posted her with some pink hair. Someone commented back that she was trying to make her daughter be too old, and she was like, no, pink hair is for kids. It's not good for someone over 20, okay? So Dime was offended by that, and that's where it all went downhill from there. But pretty much it was just her being petty. It sounds like high school stuff if you ask me. And so I was happy that Dime went ahead and apologized to her and made amends with that situation. So now that they've squashed all that, then they want to try to fix the relationship between Melissa and Mimi. And the truth finally comes out that the real reason why Mimi is upset is because of Melissa having the conversation with Arian about Mimi and hers sexual relationship. So Melissa apologizes for kissing and telling, and she was like, you know, I still mess with you. Like, I mess with you, you know, regardless whether you're here or you're far away, I still mess with you, you know, even though I know our friendship can't be, I hate that because I'm friends with Jocelyn. And then Dime interrupts, and she's like, wait, so does that go for me too? And then Tammy said, well, don't forget about Carly. I was like, dog, okay. So y'all can't nobody be friends, okay? If they friends with Jocelyn, you can't be Mimi friends. And it was like at that moment she realized how foolish she was looking by saying that they couldn't, you know, like all her friends was friends with Jocelyn. Now, the beef that they each individually had with Jocelyn was something different. I understand that she is still upset because the allegations that Jocelyn made towards Mimi are unforgivable in my eyes. Now, you can forgive people and then not forget, but this was like one of them things like, Lord, you're gonna have to really work with me because this lady didn't really put this on my child, that, you know, and that's something you don't play with. So I can definitely understand her still being upset with Jocelyn, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, everybody doesn't have that same issue, so you can't really be upset with them for not being friends with her. Like, okay. So they end up, that's still the conversation. She's still upset with Melissa, but she's like, okay, you know, maybe I'll get over it, maybe I won't. This is what it is, okay? So then Rasheeda shows up and tells them all the tea about Logan showing up, and everybody is in shock and in awe, okay, because they can't believe that this is really going on, this situation is really happening. They like, okay, well, Kirk need to take this test. Same thing everybody says, Kirk need to take the dang on test. So then they all go to Spice's performance, and Carly is up on this stage. Y'all, when I saw Carly attempting to twerk, when I saw her it was at this moment that I realized that Carly was actually older than what I put her as in my head because of her, you know, how she acts or whatever. It was at this moment I realized she was probably in her 50s because nothing was moving. I mean, nothing was moving. I'm talking about all back, no booty. And that moment that she did this little roll and rolled over and tried to pop her legs out, I was like, Lord have mercy. Please, somebody help her. Get her. Help her up, Jesus. Help her. Okay, I'm gonna let that go. So anyways, after that, everybody's laughing, having a good time. They're sitting at the table, enjoying themselves. And Carly starts talking about her grand opening and, you know, her feelings towards Jock and why she did what she did. Her feelings was hurt, so she wanted to get back at Jock. And then Dime looks to the left. I look over to my left, and she sees Jock. And Jock is there with who? Treasure P. I'm like, come on now. Really? Really? Why Treasure? You couldn't have found nobody else. You could have bought Cena for all I care. Like, why Treasure? Why? So Jock walks up to the table, and Carly immediately asks, like, why are you here? Why would you ruin our trip? And that's the end of the episode. But next week's episode is gonna be a hot one. I'm here for this next week's episode. If the editing is done correctly, like I'm hoping it is, next week is about to go down, okay? Because we got Dime fighting Treasure P. She done evidently said something that done ticked everybody off, and it done got to the point where Dime felt like she had to fight her, because you'll see Rasheeda is getting up, walking away, and in the background, Dime comes this way, and she starts whooping that tail. And I'm like, yes, I'm here for it. And then if you guys remember, I told you guys that I did not think that the relationship with Jocelyn and Lovely Mimi was going to be something substantial or something that would last, because of Lovely Mimi's relationship with Tommy. And sure enough, on this next episode, we're gonna see how this all pans out. And I like seeing Jocelyn as a mommy. It was real, you know, down to earth and cute. She looked like she was a regular person from the previews. And then Jessica fights Logan because he has exposed her for who she is. And then Dime gets proposed to. So hey, we got a whole shebang shaboodle thing going on here next week, and I'm here for it. All right, so you guys let me know what was your favorite part of this episode, and I gotta get into work. I gotta get back in there. I got shit to do, okay? And I gotta eat my food too. So I will catch you guys in the next one. KK, bye.